It is 1941, and the world is embroiled in the chaos of the Second World War. Amid the turmoil, a young man sits in a small apartment in New York City, staring at a letter he has been drafting for days. His name is William Patrick Hitler, the little-known nephew of Adolf Hitler, a man whose name is reviled worldwide. William's thoughts swirl around the relationships and choices that have led him to this moment. William's life had always been overshadowed by the specter of his infamous uncle. Born in Liverpool, England, to Alois Hitler Jr. and his Irish mother, Bridget, young William learned early on how to deal with the dubious celebrity his last name brought him. Despite the family's attempts to distance themselves from Adolf, the connection was undeniable, and their lives were haunted by his legacy. In the years leading up to the war, William found himself compelled to move to Germany, tempted by tales of family pride and rumors of potential wealth. However, any dreams of prosperity quickly dissolved under the suffocating reality of Nazi rule, and William became increasingly disillusioned with his uncle's tyrannical regime. Life in Germany left William feeling trapped and under constant surveillance. Despite his superficial connection to the Nazi leader, he was treated with suspicion, a pawn in a sinister game he deeply disapproved of but couldn't seem to escape. It was a harrowing existence where every step and action was watched, and every word could betray him. He realized soon enough that any hopes of distancing himself from Adolf were futile as long as he remained in Germany. There, he was simply Hitler's nephew. Conscious of the darkness his uncle's name cast over the world, William managed to flee the continent. He emigrated to the United States in search of freedom and anonymity. But even across the Atlantic, he couldn't shake off the association. As the war intensified, his frustration grew. He felt an increasing need to prove his disapproval of Nazi ideologies and to publicly reject the tyranny his uncle represented. Thus, William decided to fight back and pen one of the most important letters of his life. The letter he wrote was addressed to none other than President Franklin D. Roosevelt himself. In it, William expressed his fervent desire to join the fight against Nazi Germany as a declaration of his defiance and moral stance against his own bloodline. "Dear Mr. President," he wrote, "I wish to enlist not only for my love of freedom, but to set an example that justice can prevail over tyranny." Impressed by his resolve and sincerity, the president granted William's request. By 1944, he was serving in the U.S. Navy, a decided twist of fate for a man whose surname stood as a symbol of the evil the Allies were fighting to abolish. On warships in the Atlantic, William worked relentlessly, dedicating himself to the mission at hand and living up to the ideals he believed in. No longer was he just a victim of his familial ties. He had made a choice to act according to his own principles and to carve a path distinctively his own. In the end, William Patrick Hitler's story is one not just of familial betrayal or political defection, but of personal conviction. His life's journey was the triumph of individual choice over the deterministic shadows cast by ancestry. In the heart of a world at war, he rewrote his legacy and stood as a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity.